Have you ever looked around at your clutter and wondered what it really means? Is it just a pile of things? Or could it be revealing something deeper about who you are? Today, we're diving into the psychology of clutter and what your mess might be trying to tell you. 1. The emotional weight of clutter. Let's start with this. Clutter is never just about too much stuff. It's often a reflection of our emotions, our mindset, and even our past experiences. Many of us don't realize that our clutter can tell a story about our stress, fears, and even how we view ourselves. For example, if you find yourself holding on to old items you never use, it could be a sign of nostalgia or even a fear of change. You might struggle with letting go, not just of things, but of relationships, past experiences, or even an old version of yourself. 2. What different types of clutter reveal about you? 1. Paper clutter and piles of unfinished work. If your desk is covered in stacks of paper, unopened mail, and to-do lists, this might indicate overwhelm or procrastination. You may have a fear of missing something important or struggle with decision-making. Often, people who leave paper clutter lying around may also feel mentally overloaded. 2. Closet clutter. Are your clothes bursting out of your wardrobe? Do you have outfits that no longer fit or that you haven't worn in years? This could mean you're holding on to a past version of yourself. Maybe you're struggling with self-image or resisting the idea of change. 3. Kitchen and pantry clutter. A chaotic kitchen could suggest a lack of routine or organization in daily life. It might also reflect emotional eating habits. Do you stockpile food in case of a what-if scenario? This could stem from a scarcity mindset or anxiety about the future. 4. Sentimental clutter. Do you hold on to gifts you don't like, souvenirs from trips you barely remember, or things from people who are no longer in your life? Sentimental clutter is often tied to unresolved emotions. You may feel guilty letting go, as if releasing an item means forgetting the memory attached to it. 5. Digital clutter. Too many unread emails? An overwhelming number of files, photos, and notifications? Digital clutter is often a sign of information overload and avoidance. It may suggest that you're constantly distracted or unable to filter what truly matters in your life. 3. How clutter affects your life. Clutter isn't just a physical issue. It affects your mental health, productivity, and even your relationships. Studies have shown that a cluttered environment can increase stress levels, reduce focus, and even trigger feelings of guilt or shame. Can also affect how you present yourself to the world. Imagine inviting guests over. Do you feel embarrassed about your space? That discomfort is a clue that your clutter may be holding you back from the life you truly want to live. For how to decode your clutter and take action. Now that you know what your clutter might be telling you, the next step is taking action. Here are some simple but powerful ways to start decluttering your space and your mind. 1. Ask yourself the hard questions. For every item, ask, why am I holding on to this? Does it serve me now, or am I keeping it out of fear, guilt, or habit? 2. Set clear boundaries. Create limits, whether it's a one-in, one-out rule for your wardrobe, or dedicating time each week to declutter one small space. 3. Tackle one category at a time. Trying to declutter everything at once can be overwhelming. Start with one category like clothes, books, or digital files and work through it gradually. 4. Embrace letting go. Let go of the belief that you need to keep things just in case. Trust that you have everything you need, and releasing excess will create space for clarity and peace. Your clutter is not just about things. It's about the energy, emotions, and stories behind them. Understanding what your clutter says about you is the first step to making real, lasting changes. So, what does your clutter say about you? And more importantly, what story do you want your space to tell?